Hey guys, Poison Dart here, doing a graphics test for the Outer Worlds 2 hardware ray tracing check. What we're going to do is test my 5090 graphics card and just see what the differences are between hardware ray tracing on and off. As you can see on the screen, here's all my graphics settings set to very high. I'm on widescreen, 4K, which is 2K mix. So let's have a look. So here's ray tracing on. Let's have a look around, see some character models here. I love the Outer Worlds 2 so far, about 4 or 5 hours in I think on the first island. I love the first Outer Worlds, huge fan, massive fan of Fallout, New Vegas, and Obsidian. One of probably the best Fallout games, decision-making games you can sort of play, just incredible. So naturally I just wanted to jump in this, test the 5090, see how she goes. Now I'll just turn off the hardware ray tracing here, and let's see if we can see any differences. Other than my frame rate, I'm getting about 60 frames a second outside of towns and cities. When I turn hardware ray tracing off, I'm getting about 80, sometimes up to 90, depending on the area. But I'm just having a look around, and I can't really tell too much difference here. Character models still look the same from what I can see. Outside the area looks very similar. Yeah, it looks pretty much similar. Like, I can see a bit of a deeper shadow, maybe, and some fog and some overall lighting, but yeah, I'm having trouble seeing the difference here. My frame rate has dropped by about 20. Let's head down the road here and have a look. There's these giant crabs you'll face later on. Not too sure what to do with the crab meat yet. Here's the map where I am. So we got the ray tracing back on.
You're free to pass, stranger.
Let's head to a town and just see how the frame rate holds up here. So as you can see, it dropped from that 60 frames outside down to 50. Now I'm running a 7800X 3D. Not the highest end CPU you can get. The 9800X 3D is obviously what you want, or higher with a 5090. I'm going to wait for the new AMD chips to come in and see if I can get a better X3D model, so I get that extra boost on the 5090, because I know the 9800X 3D might be still capping the 5090 there. So let's turn hardware ray tracing off and let's have a look at the graphical difference here. Not seeing nothing too major. Clouds still look great. Frame rate's back up to a more acceptable 60-70 frames. So look at these shadows down the bottom here. We've got hardware ray tracing off. Everything looks pretty high quality. Let's go turn it back on and see if we can see a difference here at the end. Still got the shadows. Might look a little darker in regions, but overall, but very hard to see. Now I'm sub 60 frames per second. Yeah, I just don't know. I think it's worth it, really, having hardware ray tracing on. Like, you got a 5090, you want to turn all the graphics settings on. That's the whole point of it. But this particular game, I don't know if this is implemented too well. I know I have watched Digital Foundry's graphics video and review on this game, and they've said there's a lot of issues in some areas as well, with the shadows not rendering properly and getting all fuzzy. So yeah, this is Outer Worlds 2 at 5090, 7900X 3D with ray tracing, hardware ray tracing on and off, and yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.